Okay, folks, permit me, permit me to instill confidence in you DYers. this this episode's it's just a video on my wife's garage side. The garage door spring broke, and the neighbor on that side, that side. He says to me, he says, "Who you gonna hire to do that?" I says, "Well, what do you mean hire?" Well, he says, "You can't do that yourself." He says, that's a dangerous job." What do you mean dangerous jobs? Yeah, he says, "You can get hurt real bad cranking those springs, eh?" I think this getting the right, okay, I'm trying to guide people into, like, there's a lot of people that say, Gator, you know a lot, you knowledge. You know what? I was never afraid throughout my life to tackle anything. I've had failures, trust me. Don't have enough fingers in I'm on my two hands to enumerate how many failures I had. The complete failures. I was young. Permit me to sidetrack a little bit. I was young, and I think 13 or something like that. And we were making dune buggies out of the old Volkswagens, eh? And my first engine that I ever rebuilt, I bought rings for this, eh? And we had enough tools in the garage. They were my father's, eh? And took it apart and put it back together. That engine never, I didn't know what butt cat mean, and we didn't have the internet that we have today, YouTube, let's say, and you can check up anything, anything your mind wanders and you think you don't know how to do it. Well, you can get the information on YouTube to do what you want to do. And I'm much smarter now, but I failed. And by failing, then I acquired the knowledge. Not to say that I know a little bit. Don't know everything. Whoever contends that he does is missing the mark by a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna take you through the way of thinking. I did the garage door. I saved as a DIYer. I did the garage door spring. I changed it, and I'm gonna take you through the process, and then you'll get a gist of how one goes about. A lot of yous know this, eh? So this is just to help the people out that don't have enough confidence in themselves, because most of the time your lack of trying has to do with the confidence that you have in yourself. Well, okay, you see this as an advisory, eh? Some of yous can't do it, eh? If you're absolutely not mechanically inclined, don't touch it. Hire somebody. Well, first of all, I won't show you how to do it. I'll just give you tips. If you want to see how to change a spring on a coiled spring on a garage door, if you want to know how to do it, I'm not true there, but there's 1,000 videos on YouTube showing how to do it. What I'm going to tell you today is the process that you have to have in mind to be able to do it. This, I haven't heard this on on YouTube yet. Okay, first off, first off, you have to have a positive mind about the job, and then you go research and see how to do it. Once you, and yeah, something to watch. Eh? There's people, not everybody knows what they're doing on YouTube. They pretend, but some of them will lead you down the garden path. So, so you gotta look at maybe 10 and decide who you're going to follow. Second of all, okay, buy the right tools. We're talking about the installing and cranking the spring on the garage door. Doesn't matter what you do. Buy the tools to do the job. If you monkey around, your job is gone. I've got tools here in the garage, tools that I never even used. And they're parked there waiting. Maybe someday I'll need them. But I bought tools to do a job, and it was a one-time job. Like different pullers. I have quite a selection in pullers. They were bought for a specific job, and after that I have it in the inventory. I don't have to make do or break anything, or because that's when the danger starts, and that's when you start to have problems, is when you don't have the right tools. Second is very important. Safety. Safety has to do with gloves, safety glasses. Now don't ask me if I wore gloves and and glasses to do the spring. We're not going to see this. I'm telling you, if you do that job, wear the protective protective equipment to do the job you're doing. Whether it be a spring on the garage, an exhaust on the truck, anything. Wear the protective equipment. Earplugs if it's loud. Yeah. Smart enough to figure out what you need. Now, doing the job. I told you that most people that are mechanically inclined can do the job, and that's true. It has to do with taking the knowledge, and most of this you can get on YouTube, whether it be that door or something else, and then buying whatever you need. Like I had to get a coil spring. Now the process here for the coil spring, you don't go to the Lowe's or Home Depot. You have to source this from, okay, I had a coil spring that was broken, but things being what they are, I researched this, an old phone book, maybe 20 years ago. I had a broken spring on the door, and I go through, and in the phone book, I say, oh, this company's a big outfit. They supply a lot of the garage door guys, the installers, and the repair guys. They supply them in our area here, which, well, some of yous know, but some of yous don't know. But every place, whether it be Sherbrooke, Montreal, Toronto, in the States, Milwaukee, Texas, Houston, wherever, there's always like a place where they supply. There are suppliers. They have installers, but there's suppliers, and they'll sell the equipment. You go in there, you bring your spring. Hey, be nice to the little girls. Very important, because the price you'll get, and you always ask them for I'm your friend price. You see? I got a 25-30% discount just because I said that. I asked the little girl, I said, so, can I get I want to be your friend price? She said, I'll give you a good price. And you know how much the spring end it costed me? I went on Amazon and I checked it out, 125, 130 bucks for like it's a door with one spring. The spring I bought from them, $98. And that's tax included, everything. Okay? Now, buying the tools. I went on Amazon. I probably could have, but I had ordered that prior to me going out to get the spring. I had ordered that on a Saturday. See this? I noticed this. So it was either a Saturday morning or Friday night. So Saturday morning I said, I'm going to go on Amazon and find me a set of rods, the handle rods that crank. Because I done it, you know what I used to use? 3/8 extensions, eh? So one of them was long enough, but the other was a 2-piece, eh? And they didn't fit quite right, eh, in the holes on that spring. So I said, you know what? This time we're gonna, because these springs, eh, they fail. Well, from what I read, about 10,000 openings, and then they fail. So I don't know. I may never need them again. Well, I used them this time, and they went well. They're rod handles. I don't know. There's maybe a name for that. But I had the right tool for the job. What I needed to do the spring job, okay, 7/16, ½ inch, 9/16, a pair of vice grip, and I think a small pinball hammer. That's it. And the two 1/2-inch rods. I used to have a long time ago, like the first door I installed, I used to have a few times when I was building houses, I had a company come in, and it was part of the price, the supply and install, and the garage door for the house, and I always had a garage at the back, and the garage door at the back, both of them installed, and you always work your price, and sometimes I've seen, okay, we just gonna we sidetrack a little bit here. Getting prices. You gotta check your prices. When you think you're doing good, sometimes you're not doing that good. One time, I don't know if I ever told this one here before, I was building a house. It was a fair size house, 4,000 square feet, and I had got a few prices, I think 3 or 4 prices for insulation. And I was going on my Christmas holidays. I said to the wife, I says, I'm going to buy the insulation myself, and I'm going to save some money, and I'm going to do it during my Christmas holidays. 2 weeks of Christmas holiday. And you know how much I saved after the whole exercise? $100. And you know what? When you do it yourself, you'll never, never, never end up. I've just seen somebody do his own insulation, on the YouTube, and the guy, like, it's rafters, and not trusses, and he's packed the insulation in that. There's no airspace. I know. People don't. I'm going to have to do a video on this, on the dew point, okay? And where it condensates. There's heat on the inside, there's cold on the outside, and when it condensates, the dew point will form ice and water, and it'll fill your insulation full of water. Right now, okay, I'll tell you something. That guy, I won't tell you who it is, and I could have said something when he was doing it, but he always produces his videos about 2 weeks after the work was done. So it was too late. So there was no use for me to try and give him the idea that he should have an airspace. Yeah, they have what they call vent motors, and you put that in between your two rafters, and you put a ridge vent at the top, so the air comes in at the bottom, and it goes out the middle at the top. You know what he did? He put little blocks in between the rafters at the bottom to block all that, eh? And filled it full of insulation right to the top, and that's it. That's it. There's other things that he did, but they say it's always easy to criticize others, eh? But I know he's going to live to regret what he did, but it was too late. He's already, well, first of all, a new house, okay? Right off the get-go, they tell you they sell you kill-dry wood at the, I was going to say the wood barn, Lowe's or Home Depot. I think he's buying at Home Depot. Kill-dry, yeah. A little bit more, and when you hammer the nail in it, it'll piss right in your face. There's no such thing as kill-dried wood, and it takes 3 to 4 years for the humidity to leave the wood. Okay, it takes 3-4 years, so you gotta give it time. But in the meantime, he's getting condensation in between. He's heating on the inside, and that you look at the bottom where, like, he's got a loft. And you look in the corners and it's all wet. Well, there's where the problem starts. It doesn't matter what you put on that wall, whether it be drywall or what, you're going to have problems. But anyways, that's where you have to do your research. Do the research, have the right tools, have the right frame of mind, have the right PPE, or anyways, it's safety equipment to do the job. Shop around to get the right price. You'll have a success, and you'll be happy once you've done the job. And you could become a pro. No, not a pro, but if you want to be a successful DIYer, if you want a successful DIYer, well, you can follow what I'm saying, or you can research, and you can do whatever you want. I've had success. My door, the door spring, I changed it. The door works perfect. It cost me $100 with the 2 rods, $125. I don't think you get an insulation guy to come. And once I got the spring, not the time to go get the spring, but once I got it here, it took about 2.5 hours to do the job. So you see, folks, if you, like with the South Main Auto, Eric, as he says, even you can do it. That's it, folks. I've said my piece, and don't get your fingers caught in that spring, eh? Just because I told you it was easy, you gotta check all those videos and you follow the right guy. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope I encouraged you somehow to go ahead and try it. I salute, comments are welcome, and we'll see you in the next one.